What's going on, everyone? Everyone's favorite Pinhead is making its debut on Hulu. That's right, we are getting a Hellraiser reboot because that's sort of the trend going on in Hollywood at this time. They take horror movies and just reboot them. It's not like we got 10 sequels to the Hellraiser franchise, but I have a lot of hope for this one. So let's get into it. But before we get started, be sure to like this video. It helps me out a lot. It lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. And let's get into Hellraiser. So this adaptation is supposed to be more true to form. And by that I mean it is supposed to be an adaptation of Clive Barker's original novella, The Hellbound Heart. And for those that don't know, that novella had a lot of things different than the Hellraiser that we got. Again, you got to remember when the first Hellraiser came out, it was a completely different time. For example, Hellraiser Pinhead, which was the priest, the name Pinhead actually came from the makeup department because it was how they distinguished Pinhead from the other characters, and it kind of just stuck, and thus Pinhead became the name throughout Hollywood. But it was the priestess was the names that they wanted to go with, and Pinhead in the novella was actually a female. And so we are supposed to be getting that in this upcoming film. And the person that is supposed to be playing the role of Pinhead is Odessa Azania. So that's who's pictured in this picture here on screen. And so she is supposed to take over the roles of Pinhead. We don't have a ton of information in regards to supporting cast, other Cenobites, things like that. We don't even have a concrete release date. There are some like rumored ones out there, but I didn't want to present that because, again, nothing concrete, and I don't want to give you information and then it gets changed. I'd rather just present it when we have factual information. So, again, it's coming to Hulu. It'll be released in 2022, and then we will get to see everything that is Pinhead. And it's supposed to be a movie as of right now. I know a lot of these platforms are doing series with these horror films, such as Chucky. I Know What You Did Last Summer. There's talks of a Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street series, stuff like that. But as far as we know right now, this is supposed to be a film. Now, the director will be David Bruckner. He most recently did the Night House, is I believe the most recent film he produced, which got a lot of great reviews, and he is a great director that has done plenty of other films in the past. So I'm personally excited and looking forward to this adaptation of Hellraiser. Hopefully, I'm curious to see how they will go about it, given that it is Hulu, and Hulu is owned by Disney, and so how. Because what I mean is that Hellraiser, obviously, if you've seen the franchise, you know it's pretty brutal. I mean, they don't really hold back a lot. Those that haven't seen it, go watch at least the first one. I mean, it's a classic. It really was just a different film at that time. It just also, like, because I'm sure people were wondering, well, why did they change it? Why did they change Pinhead in the beginning? Again, you got to think at that time, women were the role of the victim. It's not. This wasn't the time that we're in now of 2021. This was like in the 80s, where women were the victim. Even the final girl was the victim, but she was the one that took out the villain. The villain was always perceived as male because take it as you may. You can figure it out. So as far as this adaptation, it'll be very interesting, and I'm very excited to see the traditional version of Hellraiser Pinhead being an actual female, which is true to the adaptation. As well as, I'm curious to see how brutal this will be, because Hellraiser has always been synonymous with just brutality. I mean, that they're from hell. They're these hell demons that just have no mercy, play no games. You open that box, that Pandora's box, it's over for you. Like, you're done. And given that it's Hulu, I'm really curious to see how much they'll push that envelope as far as this film goes. But I'm really looking forward to this film. I'm really excited. It'll be interesting to see a Pinhead adaptation without Doug Bradley. You know, he's been synonymous with Pinhead. Though they did change it before, like the more recent one a couple years back. But that wasn't. Yeah, if you saw that, you know that wasn't the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see the slight little changes that they go to that. It will be very reminiscent of the first film. It's kind of like a nice blend, according to the director, of the novella and the actual original film adaptation. But this will be a full-fledged reboot. It's not going to be like what they're doing with a lot of these films, like Halloween, where they're just like, you know, retconning everything except for the first one. But anyway, make sure you join the discussion down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for this Hellraiser film? Are you like, this is a pass? Do you agree with me on Hulu? Or are you kind of wondering, like, what will they get away with, given that it's Disney? I know Disney said at one point that they got Hulu with Fox and all that stuff, and they wanted Hulu to kind of be their more edgier adult themed stuff. So perhaps they'll kind of give the green light to do whatever you want. I'm just surprised to see it on Hulu as opposed to a HBO Max or something like that, or even like a Prime. But anyway, if you haven't liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date on all things horror, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.